Remember when we were kids and wished upon a star? What would it be like if the star had literally come down on the ground and granted everything we desire? It actually happened to someone. Once upon a time, there was a young man named Magnifico who believed there was nothing more important than a wish. Not just any wish, of course. It should be the one that drives your heart, the one that makes you who you are. But the man also understood just how impossible it can be to make that wish come true, and how easily dreams can be destroyed. Therefore, he set out to do something about it. He studied the magic of the world tirelessly and became a mighty sorcerer who was able to protect any wish given to him from harm or ill. The good and the worthy wishes will even get granted. The sorcerer didn't know if the world would want his gift, but he and his loyal wife Amaya found the most perfect island deep in the Mediterranean Sea, and there they built a kingdom called the City of Roses like no other where anyone, any family, no matter where they came from, they were welcome, and to their joy people came, settled there from far and wide. They gave their wishes to the king to protect them, and hope that their wishes may get granted one day. One of them is Asha, a 17-year-old girl who really loves all the people of her kingdom. Today is her grandfather Saba's 100th birthday. Coincidentally, the King Magnifico called a wish ceremony today, and Asha believes that Saba is going to be that lucky man whose wish will be granted. Asha's mother asks her help in making a birthday cake, but she seems to be in a hurry. Asha excuses herself and rushes to do her regular job of guiding the tourists. She takes them all around the town and sings a song to tell them how beautiful and special the City of Roses is. She also explains the wish ceremony, which is held each month, and one lucky person gets a chance to have his wish granted. Moreover, everyone who turns 18 that month gives his wish to the king, and he keeps it safe. After that, the owner of the wish forgets about it and can keep living without any regret or disappointment. After the tour, Asha rushes to the palace to meet her best friend Dahlia. She works as a baker there along with a few other mates. Asha asks her friends for best wishes as she applied for the post of King's Apprentice, and today she is going to give her interview. The apprentice also gets their wishes granted. But Asha's first priority is getting Saba's wish granted as she passes the interview. She is also going to turn 18 soon and wonders how it will be living after forgetting your biggest desire. Her friend Simon also gave away his wish, but since then, he has become a little weird. Simon feels like he has no more goals in his life. Luckily, Asha still has a few months to think it through. Suddenly, the queen arrives and tells Asha that it's her turn for the interview. The queen advises her to listen carefully to everything the king says and not to keep high hopes, as Magnifico has rejected all the previous candidates. However, Queen Amaya is rooting for her, as Asha truly loves her kingdom, and it shows. After entering the study room, Asha looks around the magnificent decor, but her attention is caught by a mysterious spellbook locked in a glass cage. Suddenly, Magnifico arrives and advises Asha to stay away from the spellbook as it contains forbidden magic techniques. Afterward, he starts the interview and asks her why she wants to be the apprentice. Asha says that her weakness is she cares too much. But beside that, she is quick learner, hard worker, and she also shows some of her drawings which she learned from her father. He was a great philosopher and often talked about the stars. Asha used to climb up trees with him to see the stars, and he used to say that the stars are there to guide us, inspire us, and remind us to believe in possibility. Unfortunately, he died when Asha was just 12. Magnifico gets sad to hear that. It reminds him of the time when his entire family and his lands were destroyed by greedy thieves. That's why he learned magic and made this kingdom a safe place for people. Asha is really inspired by him and wants to work by his side. Magnifico also likes the young girl's passion and invites her to see a very special place. It's where he keeps all the wishes of the citizens. They are locked inside a magic globe and float near the ceiling. Asha thought that these wishes are just ideas, but now she has realized that they are a part of everybody, the very best part. That's why the king dedicated his life to protect the wishes. Among the numerous globes, Asha notices Saba's wish, which is to play his favorite instrument in public. She asks if it can be granted today as Saba is already too old and may not be able to wait any longer. But the king says that Saba's wish is dangerous and vague. He can't just grant any wish because an 18-year-old is not mature enough to understand the consequences of his desires. In short, most of the wishes are never meant to be granted. Asha gets shocked to hear this and asks the king to give back the ungranted wishes so people can try to pursue those by themselves. But the king believes that it's better for people to forget their wishes, as they don't have to worry about it anymore. But Asha has understood that the people are unknowingly choosing to forget the most beautiful part of themselves, and they will never know what they're missing. The king doesn't listen to her at all and proceeds to carry out the wish ceremony. Saba is in the crowd too and is hoping for his wish to be granted, but Magnifico chooses someone else. Before Asha can leave, the king tells us that her grandfather's and mother's wishes will never be granted. Asha gets traumatized by this statement and can't figure out what to do. She shares her thoughts with her family and wants to remind Saba of his wish, but he refuses to hear that. Everyone is blinded by the king's apparent kindness and trusts him fully. Asha runs away from her house and tries to find some peace in the forest. She feels that it's her responsibility to tell everyone the truth, but most of them will not believe her. In helplessness, she looks at the sky and makes a wish to have something more for them than this. Suddenly, something shoots down from the sky and causes the release of a huge amount of light. All the citizens assume that it is a magic trick performed by Magnifico. Queen Amir rushes to admire her husband, but he refuses to take the credit. Whatever it was, it definitely had some weird effect on the wishes. Meanwhile, Asha also feels a weird sensation throughout her body. Suddenly, she sees her goat Valentino running after a shiny thing. It seems like a little star which has come to live. It sprinkles glitter everywhere and leaves a magical impact on the whole forest. When the star touches Valentino, he miraculously starts talking. Asha can't believe her eyes and her mind is full of questions. The first question is, how did she manage to connect with the star all the way across the sky? The other forest animals advise Asha to calm down and tell her that all living beings look at the sky for answers just like she does. Then they start singing a song to explain the origin of the universe. In short, they all are stars. Asha gets really overwhelmed to know that everything her father said was true. They are connected to the stars. She finally greets the little star that has fallen from the sky for her. Asha tells it all about the wishes that are captured by Magnifico. She wants to give those wishes back to their owner. The star suggests that they should secretly release all the wishes. They don't belong to Magnifico anyway, but they need a foolproof plan. Meanwhile, Magnifico is going crazy after knowing that there's another magician in the kingdom besides him. He starts preparing to defend himself and pulls out the forbidden magic book to look for a powerful spell. Queen Ame gets worried for him and advises him not to take risks. His current magic spells and his people's love for him are enough to protect the kingdom. Magnifico gets satisfied and puts back the book. Then he starts making preparations to talk to his people about the recent incident. While he is busy, Asha decides to sneak into his palace study, but she needs a secret way there. Asha locks Valentino and the star in the barn and goes to take help from her friends. They start asking too many questions, so Asha tells them the whole truth. They are scared to go against the king, but eventually agree to at least keep their mouths shut. Dahlia shows a secret elevator that is used to deliver food to the king. Asha uses it to climb to the study room and starts looking for her grandpa's and mother's wish ball. Meanwhile, the King Magnifico addresses his people and reveals that the light incident that happened last night was not done by him. It's a forbidden kind of magic that is performed by a traitor that is hiding in the kingdom. Magnifico requests everyone to provide him with any information that can help in catching the traitor so he can be punished severely. Asha's friends don't reveal the secret, but Dahlia starts asking some questions to distract the king. She wants to buy some time for Asha. However, her questions trigger other citizens, and they start asking why the king is not using his magic to catch the traitor, and are their wishes in danger of getting destroyed. The king has no satisfying answers, so he thinks of a perfect plan. He announces that anyone who identifies the traitor will get his wish granted, and those who will help the traitor, their wishes will never be granted. Everyone gets silent after hearing this and starts looking for the traitor. The king gets back to his room in anger because he never thought that his people would ever dare to question him. He provides them with a safe place to live and also grants a few wishes. The king believes that it's enough for the kingdom and they should be thankful to him. He pulls out the forbidden magic book and finds a spell to capture the star in a staff which will make him the most powerful. While he is busy, Asha sneaks out with her grandma's wish ball. She rushes back home and gives the wish ball to Saba. He feels so much better after getting back his wish and regrets giving it to the king. It's so simple and pure that Saba could have achieved it by himself if it wasn't given away. Asha promises his mother that she will also bring her wish, but that will not be possible as the king and the royal guards have arrived to arrest her. Magnifico shows Asha her mother's wish ball and crushes it mercilessly. He accidentally gets to know that the crushing wishes can give him strength. He's not going to protect any more of them. With the help of the star, Asha runs away with her family and rides a boat to another island. On the way, she realizes that her purpose is not completed yet. She is now responsible for setting free all the wishes from the palace. Asha tells her family to hide in a safe place while she swims back to the palace. The king has gathered the people again and reveals that Simon was the one who told about Asha. His wish of becoming a royal knight is granted, but the king has done it with dark magic that makes Simon lose his mind. He has just become a slave to the king. Asha doesn't have time to get sad over her friend deceiving her as she needs to save the kingdom. She uses a talking rat to send a message to the queen and requests her help. Afterwards, she goes to meet her friends and all of them agree to help her once again. The queen reaches there too and confesses that she was blinded by Magnifico's love. He is actually a selfish man who doesn't think about anyone else except himself. The queen tells the king that Asha is spotted in the forest, so the king immediately rushes there. In the meantime, the queen and Asha's friends pull down the ceiling to release the wish ball. After getting in the middle of the forest, Asha realizes that the king after her was actually Simon disguised by magic. While the real king is at the palace, he uses his dark magic to capture all the wish balls and the poor little star. He is no more afraid to show his true face in the public and ties all the citizens to the ground. Asha rushes to stop him, but she can't fight against the powerful dark magic. With her last bit of strength, she sings the same song she sang while making the wish upon a star. All the citizens sing along with him, and their unity creates a magical impact. The star breaks out of the staff and traps the evil king inside it. All the wish balls are free and they return to their owners. The queen takes over the kingdom and helps people pursue their wishes by themselves. The star has to go back now, but wants to give a special gift to Ashay for her hard work. It's a magic stick that can be used to grant people's wishes. Not all wishes are supposed to be fulfilled, but we still keep wishing because that's what keeps us alive and motivates us to move forward.